Welcome back to the InnovEU. The new episode has new chronicles, so we'll be talking with Angelina Taneva-Veshoska from Montenegro, and we'll be talking then with Danilo Crastolla. He'll join us from Rome, Italy, and he has plenty of stories to tell us. And we'll finish this episode with the analysis of an open call for the European Social Fund, innovative approaches to mitigate the social... They should make the names shorter and easier, don't you think? Well, watch till the end, and hope you enjoy it. Bye. Welcome everyone, and thank you for being here. Welcome Angelina, or Angelina, I never know how to pronounce this. Thank you for taking this time to talk with us. You are based in North Macedonia, and you're talking with us from Skopje.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes, morning and afternoon. Yes, nice to meet you, nice to be here.
And you work in an institution with a long name, Institute for Research in Environment, Civil Engineering and Energy.
That's correct.
What have you been doing in EU-funded projects? Can you tell us a little bit about your experience?
Yes, I would love to. That's true. There is a long title in the name that we have in the institution. I just first want to bring some few details, the institution itself, because it's a quite interesting position and establishment. It's a private research institute. That implies that a company from the construction sector, next year they're celebrating 50 years of business, established our institute 10 years ago. So this is our 10 years of working as a research institute accredited by the Ministry of Science and Education. And as this positioning, actually it relates to what type of projects and our activities. We are positioned to be an interface between academia and business world. So most of what we do is with the intention to set this collaboration, to make it alive, and to establish strategic partnerships between universities, educational institutions, and companies, but also including governmental institutions and non-governmental institutions. So one of the things that we did through research was establishing the co-in model, collaboration and innovative model for business sustainability. And this is the approach that we have and the model that we have, which is implemented throughout the projects that we have. Another thing that portrays us is the passion that we have for sustainability. And this is the main focus and topics, addressing it from different fields. So in the title of the institution, we have the technical sciences, civil engineering, energy and environment, but we're also accredited and we work also for with social sciences as well. So we have economics, management, law and political sciences, which are also contributing, and we have different type of projects where we address the topic of sustainability as such.
So you have been doing projects in all those different areas?
Yes. In these 10 years, we have worked with different type of donors, mainly Erasmus type of projects, which are related to developing new educational programs, Horizon projects where we have research and innovation, and also capacity building projects as well, and as well some other type of EU-funded projects, again, related to these topics, and working with organizations, different types throughout Europe, all Europe.
So this is 10 years after, you can say this is a very experienced institution working in these areas. What about yourself? Have you been there from the start of the institute?
Yes, that is correct. Even from the inception mode, it started actually as a scientific body that was part of the company, with the aim to have professors who will bring science into the business. But later on, after a year and a half, it was ripe enough to establish a new institution. So I'm there from the beginning, from the establishment and now in the position of the director of the institute.
So let me ask you, do you remember what was your first EU-funded project?
Yes, it was a very interesting combination of creating a professional development courses for management and leadership skills for engineers. So one of the things that we started working with these technical sciences with people coming from engineering fields was the awareness and the lag that they had related to topics of management and leadership, and especially throughout the career when they are on this position, on managerial position, but still lacking some knowledge and skills in this field. So that was the first program that we've developed, the first project actually.
Well, I thank you for that answer, because you just entered the field I was going next. In the end, you talked about the impact that project had on people's careers and lives. That one project. What about the others? How do you assess the impact the projects you have been doing? How do you assess the impact on North Macedonia or in Skopje or the regions you are?
It is not easy, and but having in mind the intention and always there was in each of the project there is a specific need, and based on previous research that we do it, or especially as we start with some program, there is also this type of assessing what are the skills needed, what is the industry trends, and what is lacking in that regards, and trying to fit and fill this gap. So part of the impact is actually to where we are contributing to something that was not there, but also contributing to with topics which are still new for some professions, and helping them through this transition, especially having in mind now the green and the digital transition happening throughout all sectors. So this is where we see ourselves. And again, related to the topic of impact, what we have usually are professionals as trainees. We also have young and students, but most of the time they're coming from the real sector, people who finished their formal education. So we contribute to the non-formal, some related to professional development. And this can be seen the impact of they are working better in the position that they have, but also acquiring new positions or advancing through their career thanks to these new skills that they have developed throughout the courses.
I see. I also want to ask you about the impact these projects have on yourself, on the institution. How do you assess that?
Yes, so this is a good opportunity for somebody who is ready to learn continuously. So that is a requirement on our job positions, but also finds thrill and passion in creation of something new. And this is the opportunity that we have. So the satisfaction and the impact comes actually from this opportunity to create something that was not there. So all these type of projects and programs and services that we also have. And with this helps us, again, professional, but also personally, and the impact is there. Another a level of impact that we do is on a personal and interpersonal level, because even from the first program that I've mentioned, we always include topics which are related to personal development. So even in this program, the first one that I've mentioned, we had, besides the organizational topics, the core management topics, we included personal development topics as well. So we call that smart development for smart people. So there are always topic in that regard where the individual is seen as somebody who needs also to adapt, gain new skills, and have new experiences. So this is again relates to me and my colleagues, where we also thrive in this process, and during these 10 years we have this opportunity to thrive as well.
Now, I could say from your words, it's a positive balance you make of this project.
Yes.
What are you doing nowadays? What projects are you doing nowadays?
Yeah, we have several actually, and one thing that I want to highlight, you see the poster behind me that's called Catalyst. That is a big 4-year project that we have ongoing. Now it's midway almost. The topic is leading sustainable systems and business transformation. We established centers of vocational excellence in 5 countries. We're coordinating this project. Also, Portugal as a country, Greece, Austria, and Germany are included. And at this moment, the development process is still ongoing. And from October, I hope we can see, and I can share again the information where we will have open call for participants and people can sign in and join the courses, but also other type of activities that we provide. Besides that, interestingly, at this moment, we have several programs that are being open and running on different topics. One is Green Vineyards project, where the topic is related to the wine sector and inviting them to learn new green competences, which are relevant especially for this sector. And another topic that we also have at the moment also running is project called Energy. But this again is on personal level where the topics are related to mental health, physical health, and green care topics as well. And one thing that so far I think it's also relevant for us, maybe I know also other organizations are doing, is providing online education. So this is really accessible, provides flexibility, and it's open for anybody who would like to learn. And nevertheless, when they have the time, but still can access these opportunities for continuous development.
Well, maybe we can include in the notes of the podcast the links to those, namely to Catalyst, because if people can apply for the project and in October, you said we're still in April, so people can learn about it and eventually get in touch with you.
Okay, definitely. So, what is open at the moment are the people can join in the Catalyst network. It is a place where people who are interested in the topic of sustainability management, it's cross-sectoral, they can be part of this network and through the network gain this information and later on, of course, be invited to start their learning pathway in Catalyst as such.
Okay, so I asked you about the past, I asked you about the present. What about the future? What are you open to do? What do you want to do? And what can you tell us about your plans for the future?
Well, a part of what we see in the near future is similar to what we do today. However, the wish and the vision is to continue being this center of excellence and provide education, but also research, applied research, which will be highly valuable and with added value, especially from the research and education, but innovation potential as such for the real sector. And of course, with this reskilling and upskilling, contribute to the relevant stakeholders, the people who come from different organizations, build their capacities in order really to support the transformation happening. So this would be something that we, like you've asked me about the impact. This is where the vision would be to have a greater impact nationally, but also European-wise on these activities and topics that we are active with.
Yeah, let's make it clear for people who are not very into the EU-funded projects. North Macedonia is not a EU member. However,
yes, it's not.
It can apply, institutions like yours can apply to most, I would say, most of the projects.
Yes, definitely, as equally apply and participate, especially in these programs where we are active. So we can also be coordinators, like in our case. This is also, many possibilities, definitely.
I want to finish with the more personal note, because I want your opinion about, you have been doing this for some time now. so you have been writing proposals, you have been implementing projects, you have been reporting projects. What's your favorite activity? What do you like the most about all this?
Definitely, there is a great joy in creation, even from the inception, from real idea, a wish, potential idea, and creating something. There is great joy in receiving positive news when projects are accepted. So there is a great, yes, definitely passion in that part of creation. But also this development process is such, like now I'm mentioning, where we have this possibility really to create something that is new, but we hope also it will be useful. And equally, also creates great joy following the happy people, the impact, the contribution that we've made. And especially there is this short term when you can see and receive the feedback, the satisfaction, immediate one, but the greatest joy if it's also long term, the impact and something that sustained and really changed somebody's life. So that would be somehow in a way, the whole project cycle. Yes, true. There is different, maybe quite energetic levels that appear. It depends on which cycle phase of the cycle it is, but there is definitely great joy throughout the process.
Well, from your experience, do you have any suggestion to Madam von der Leyen or the people who designed these programs? What would you change if you could in these EU programs?
Change in a sense they are doing good job, I would say, in trying to involve more people, more organizations, having the idea and having the possibility to participate firstly in this type of projects, and with this broaden their horizons and see all the possibilities. So one thing definitely for our country will be to increase the budget, because this is a limitation that we face sometimes, that there is a limited budget and the number of applications that will be approved. So that would be something that we would be happy to have more possibilities, more money in that sense, to have more projects. The support or possibilities for networking is also something that is important. So even podcasts like this, where people can hear, can even reflect on others' successes, ideas, possibilities that they can see. So really, this possibility for networking, having this information available, but also the courage to try and to start this journey with European project, I would say.
Okay. Thank you. First, any final words, any final message you want to close with?
I would be very happy to hear from other organizations, from people also working, potential colleagues, collaborators as well. So what we create, we really would like to share and to be used. So people to be able to see the value of this creation, but also to have it sustained. I would be very happy if people approach us, and we can have the possibility to design new projects and explore new possibilities for collaboration.
Well, we'll make sure we include your contacts in the
That's great.
notes of the podcast, and people can get in touch with you. Angelina, it was very good to have you and to talk with you. Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
So welcome everyone. Thank you, Danilo, for being here. So today we have Danilo Crastolla. I hope you're pronouncing your surname correctly. He's talking with us from Rome, right? You are in Rome.
Exactly.
Rome. And you have been doing EU-funded projects for some time, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Do you remember when was your first experience EU-funded projects?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yes, let's say that broadly speaking, we started more than 15 years ago. So we are quite skilled in such field. Let me say, our first experiences were in Interreg Italy-Greece, because despite I'm, let's say, based in Rome, I mean, our head office is located in Rome. But I was born in Apulia region, so at the
Okay.
time Apulia region was the only eligible area for Italy-Greece Interreg. And 20 years ago, basically, we started working on Italy-Greece Interreg and Italy-Albania Interreg. And from that moment, let's say that we got skilled practice, and nowadays we are deeply involved in all the European programs.
You started with Interreg projects, but in this time you have worked in many other programs. Can you
Yes,
give
yes,
an
yes.
idea?
Nowadays, I can state we have not any limitations or restriction as well. It means that we work for Interreg, Horizon, SERV, COSME, Europaid. Basically, we monitor weekly what is going on, and accordingly to our skills and expertises, we decide to undertake the preparation of the proposal writing and so on. So let's say we started with Interreg, we continued with all the EU programs. But anyway, when Interreg are on the ground, Interregs are ongoing, we always like to focus our efforts on such kind of programs.
So let me ask you this: from in all these years, is there a project that is your favorite, that you like the best, one you have better memories?
But let's say all the projects are nice. I mean, when the projects are approved, are always nice. So let's say that it likes when we support the small entities, the small municipalities to get some grants now, because sometimes due to the CV, it is easier for big university, big municipalities, big public authorities to catch such opportunities. But it is always so difficult for the small or medium enterprises or public authorities, I mean the small organizations. So we are very happy and satisfied when we allow to such entity to grab some grants. And by the way, in our tracks, we have a lot of projects approved with the involvement of such entities, and those are my best memories. Let's say when we give chance to the small organization that has not so big opportunities.
I imagine that in all these years you had the opportunity to work with the organizations, with partners from all over Europe.
Yeah, all over the Europe, Middle East. I mean, for instance, in these days, it is ongoing next Med Interreg, because you are from Portugal. Despite only Algarve region is eligible for next Med. So we work with all over the Europe, AAI countries, Middle East. I mean, accordingly to the eligible criteria, we move forward, and we have experiences worldwide, let's say.
Tell me, nowadays, what projects are you doing? Are you working on?
Yes, let's say that in this moment there are several Interreg ongoing. I pointed you out. There is Next Med, Interreg
No, I
Europe.
mean ongoing projects being implemented.
Ongoing implementing. Now we have one Interreg Europe. We have an Erasmus. We have one Serve. We have another Interreg just approved. So let's say that everything it's always running. We cannot. We are always.
Your experience gives you some preference in what comes to sectors, economic sectors. Do you like to work in different in one sector better than the others?
Let's say that my favorite one could be small medium enterprises, tourism or social care as well. But you know more than me, like me, that let's say green environmental nowadays is the topic of the topic. So we are trying to get more experiences also in such fields, because all the priority axes refer to environmental or to green. So we try to make experiences in marine pollution and whatever else. Yeah.
I have a difficult question for you. One that I like to put to everyone. If you could, you have all this experience with the EU projects. If you could change one thing in the way they run, only one thing, what would you change?
Only one thing. I mean, still there are several papers to be fulfilled, to be filled in the preparation of the proposal. I mean that all these administrative issues could be cancelled. And I mean, I think that in a European project process, they would undertake the similar procedure that nowadays it's ongoing for tender procedures. It means you bid, once you win, if you win, you have to show through the papers that you are eligible, that you comply on the requirements and so on. Because still we lose a lot of times to collect signature papers, registration and so on. So it is boring, sometimes it's useless. I mean, I think that an open application would be the best. Once you get grant, you have to show that you are complying. If you don't comply, you lose the grant. But it's useless to ask for thousand and thousand information before.
Okay, let's put up that suggestion to whoever listens to us. Maybe it will get.
Maybe someone is hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, because very often you have a lot of work putting up the administrative requirements for the proposal, and then it's not approved. So you just lost time, and you could
lost of time. Yeah.
Afterwards. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with that completely.
Like in construction or services tender, no, you apply for bid. If you are the first ranked, you are called to prove if you comply everything. If you comply, you get the award. Otherwise, they go to the second ranked.
Let's talk about the future, if you don't mind. What's your perspectives for the future? What kind of activities, what kind of projects are you looking forward? What is your, how do you see your future?
Well, let's say, I hope my future would be similar to the current time. No, I mean, we are deeply involved in such field, and I foresee that still for some years we can do the same. So basically, I like this job because I'm in touch with 100 people. So you get the chance to widen the network, to widen your friendships, because at the end, basically, this is a job, but this is also one big opportunity to know people from all over the world, from all over the people. So you exchange not only the best practices, but the best experiences, vibes, feelings, sensation, culture. I mean, it gives us an open mind. This is the best thing ever.
That leads me to ask you two further questions. One, I have a feeling that people who get involved in these projects are the best in their countries, the most open-minded, but also the most educated, the most valuable. Does your experience gives you the similar feeling or not?
I mean, these people are quite open-minded. I mean, they always like to know more and more and more to widen and enlarge their knowledge. So it is a network of people that are eager to discover not only the world, but to discover the culture, the progress, everything. It's beyond us. Yeah. Not strict addiction, but open addiction. Yeah.
Final question. There's ongoing conversations, negotiations, and talk about widening the European Union with the new countries. You know, the Balkan countries, Eastern Europe, even Turkey, Southeast. What's your perspective about that? Would that change dramatically what the EU projects are today?
Let's say regarding from Italian side, we are already used to work with Balkan countries, you know, because a lot of cross-border cooperation programs gave us the opportunity to work together with Albania, Bosnia, Serbia, North Macedonia, and so on. So basically, we are quite used, and we consider them as a part of Europe already. We are, let's say, Balkan and Italian are like Spanish and Portuguese, no? We commute weekly, monthly amongst all these countries, so we already feel very close to each other. So we are.
My feeling is that in this area of the EU projects, they are already in Europe. They're not members, but it's for the organizations from those countries. They're basically like if they were in the European Union.
I mean, there are some difference country by country, but basically they are running towards you, and I think that it's just question of time. Everything is ready.
So, okay, you're optimistic about the future of this activity.
Why not? Why not?
Okay. Thank you, Danilo. I won't take
Thank
any
you,
more.
Fernando. It is
And
always a pleasure to talk to you. Stay in touch, and good luck everyone is hearing us. Okay? Ciao, ciao. Thank you.
InnovEU, the EU Project Chronicles, is a weekly video podcast. Please subscribe the Polixox newsletter to receive every podcast episode. And if you like receiving it, please press like in whatever platform you are watching or listening. Also, please share InnovEU and Polixox with anyone you feel will enjoy it. Credits: author and host Fernando C. Gaspar, music Hugo Gaspar, Lisbon, Portugal, 2024. Reach us by email or DM.